Saturday, the 2nd of February 2013. Chris Reardon with today's United Kingdom talk. And today, I'm going to sneeze. Oh, why can't that happen before I switch on, press the red button to record, honestly? Excuse me. Oh, was it... we should get 3. Sometimes 4. No 3 today. Oh, sorry. Why couldn't that happen before I press the record? It's so unprofessional. You see, I could never read the news or anything like that, could I? I'd just be sneezing and sniffing and blowing my nose all the time. Impossible. Anyway, got a bit of a voice today. Can you hear it? It's not coming out. It's full usual force. It's being held back. So sorry about that. Little bad voice. Of course, today is the day I shall be flying on my plane, not my personal plane, to go to New York for a short break, boys and girls. Many thanks to my best friend Ron for moving into my house for the next few days while I'm away. No, the good news is he won't be filling in on my show. Thank you very much. There won't be any of that going on. I'm off to New York. I have checked in online. Isn't that marvellous what you can do? You check in online. I've printed my boarding passes, or pass, to go to New York, and I've also been able to choose a seat. And I should be sitting upstairs on the plane, sort of halfway down in the aisle. Thank you very much. Very comfortable. I do like that, choosing your own seats. If you, on the particular ticket I've got on, 24 hours before the flight, you can choose your own seat, you see. So you just go online and you kind of click your face, and then you click something else, and then you've chosen your own seat. How wonderful is that? Now, if you want to do it before 24 hours, you have to pay, and it's not cheap. BA want to charge you £85, I think it was, or £60 for downstairs, or £85 for upstairs, just to choose one seat. Are you having a laugh? Takes the piss, doesn't it? When you've spent nearly, £2,500 on a plane ticket, you don't expect then to have to pay another £60 to £85 to choose a seat. So I don't do that. After 24 hours, you can choose it free of charge. Of course, you do run the risk that all the good seats will be gone then. But by the looks of it, it's not the flights, the seats are not full up anyway. So I was able to choose a nice seat. So that's all done. So I'm ready to go. I'm going to sniff my way through this, aren't I? In less than 24 hours' time. Am I excited? No, no, I'm not. I never really get excited going away on holiday. Oh, sorry, Marge, I'm rubbing my eyes. You hate me doing that, don't you? I'm rubbing my eyes. I can't talk. I'm sniffing. I'm coughing. Oh, it's not looking good, is it really? Never mind. So that's been done. I've got to say, I was at work last night, Thursday night, and 2 nights ago, because I record this on Friday, you see. And I went up to some young lads, and we were doing bingo last night. So I'm going around dishing out these tickets. I can't remember what it was. Can't remember what I said, but I was saying something to him. I can't remember now. And he says, what has he said? I don't want to look like you when I'm that old. How rude is that? I think he just meant it as fun, really. I do hope so. What does he mean by that old? Someone must have told me about my birthday was coming up. This is the last show you'll see of me in my 40s. The next time I do a show, I'll be in the over 50s club. The over 50s club. Now, I did mention this on a show a while ago. Are there any benefits to being over 50? And no one bothered to write in. Thanks very much. No one bothered to write in. Why is that? Eh? How rude. The email to the show is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. The email, once again, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. We also have Twitter now. You can tweet me, boys and girls, and my Twitter is Chris Reardon UK. All right, Chris Reardon UK is the Twitter. We have a Twitterer coming today, Nick Donaldson. Hello, Nick. I haven't heard from you for ages. Who says, Dag Ash Lil smokes 5,000 cigs a day, but still sounds very sexy. Is that right? I think you're right. She does, you know. 5,000 cigarettes a day, Dag Ash Lil smokes. Dag Ash Lil is a regular listener type person to this programme, aren't you, Lil? Although we don't hear from you very much anymore. I do wonder what you're doing, dear, down there in that very posh area of Hove that you live. Or didn't you move? Did you move? I can't remember now. So that's it. That's all the things doing. I want to do a little bit of shopping while I'm out there, I think. I do a little bit of shopping. Someone said to me, if you want Ralph Lauren stuff, then you go to Macy's for that. Apparently it's really cheap there. I was talking to this lady on the phone just because you have to ring up the credit card people, don't you? And tell them that you're going on holiday for a week and tell them where you're going and what have you. So as soon as I said New York, she said, oh, I went there on a shopping trip. And then she started giving me a life story. And I thought, oh, just shut up, woman. You know, do shut up, dear. I just want to get off the phone. All I rung to do, and she was, yeah, I'm only joking, of course. She was telling me all these places that she went shopping. And she said she walked down to the Statue of Liberty and then walks back up and ended up in what looked like a ghetto area. Oh, I'd be frightened, dear. No, I'm very funny about going to foreign places, dear, whether they speak English or not. Oh, I am. Very, very funny about going to foreign places. I generally don't like to leave the hotel room, you know. I get off the plane. I usually get one of those shuttles. You know, you get the shuttles, the little minibuses from the airport, because they're always cheaper than the cabs. I'm not paying for a cab if I can get it half price in one of those shuttles. So I get a shuttle straight to the hotel, and I lock myself in the hotel, and I don't come out again unless absolutely necessary. Oh no, we can't be walking around with all those foreigners, dear. Although, of course, doing the show, you know, I'm expecting there's going to be a welcoming party at the airport for me, you know the sort of thing like pop bands get, like One Direction at the moment. They come through the exit gate, don't they? And like there's all these screaming fans and that waiting for them. I think it might be I might have an alarm going off in a moment. Just a minute. See, I told you. How did I know that? See? That means take your pills, otherwise you die. Yes, I don't know if that will happen, you know, whether I have loads of fans, just like One Direction, holding out bits of paper and pens to me. You know, it's Chris Reardon from United Kingdom Talk. Can you sign this? What do you think? Will that happen? I wonder if I'll still be sneezing when I get off the plane. I do hope not. I hope I recover by then. Oh, it's most annoying. So I do want to go and do a little bit of shopping. Can you suggest anywhere I can buy cheap things? I want to buy my sister a nice purse or a bag. I've got to buy something for Ronnie. Now, I don't know what to get him. Last time he went on holiday, he brought me back a DVD of Thai Ladyboys. And the time before that, a wooden cross. And the time before that, a keyring from Dubai. Now, I don't know what to buy him. What's he asked for? He did ask for something, I think. Might have been a Ralph Lauren shirt. He's into his labels, isn't he, dear? You know. I don't know what all that's about, labels. I'll be quite happy to go to T-Shirt King. Have you heard of T-Shirt King? Oh, yes. You go in the shop, all these T-shirts are $1. The trouble is, you wash them and then they're useless. You're probably better off to spend the money and buy a Ralph Lauren T-shirt. So I shall be doing a little bit of shopping and sightseeing. I'm meeting, of course, Suko, who's a regular correspondent to the show as well. So there we are. Less than 24 hours before I get on that plane. How wonderful. I think I'll probably get to the airport early because I'm working tonight. Oh, sorry, you're watching this Saturday. I did work Friday night until 3 a.m, right? And I've got to be at the airport at 7 a.m. or maybe 6:30 a.m. Yes, so it's a bit of a tight thing. But I should sleep on the plane because just push a button and the seat goes down. Oh, it's wonderful, dear. The seat goes completely flat in those seats. And I should doze off for the 6 or 7 hours, that is. I might wake up and watch a film. Might be woken up for breakfast. I do hope I have a vegetarian breakfast. No, I'm not eating meat just before I go on holiday. In fact, there's a story here. Look at this story. I must read you this, dear. I picked this up from the Daily Mail this week. Oh, where's it gone now? Oh, I never find my bits of paper. You want to see what the paperwork's like for the holiday? I print everything off 3 or 4 times. I do. 1 minute. Is this it? Is this it? No. Well, I'm sure I printed that off. Oh, is that it there? Just a minute. Just a minute. Oh, no, that's a private message from Marge. I'm not supposed to read those out. Oh, where's that gone now? Must be here. 1 second. Marge. No. 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 There's an exercise story. Well, I'm sure I printed that out. Let me print it out again. Just a moment. Maybe I didn't print it out. Yes, I won't be taking a break or anything from my vegetarian. It's a lifestyle, you see. Once you're on it, that's it. You don't take a break from these things. Talking of being vegetarian, I had a vegan pizza the other day. Yes, a vegan pizza. No dairy on it, no cheese, just whatever it is, cheese substitute stuff. And I have to say, it was vile. Not very nice at all. And expensive as well. It was nearly £4. And it wasn't like it was a large one or anything like that, you know. Yes. It wasn't a large one. Now, talking of vegetarian, there's a story in the Daily Mail this week. Going vegetarian can reduce your risk of hospital treatment or death from a heart disease by 1/3. Come on, stop eating the animals. People who cut meat and fish, that surprised me. People who cut meat and fish out of their diet were 32% less likely to die or be hospitalised from heart disease. Vegetarians had lower blood pressure and cholesterol levels than meat eaters, a study of 45,000 people, the largest of its kind. So there we are. It's thought that let's have a look. The study of almost 45,000 volunteers, including a high proportion of vegetarians, 34%, and mostly women, which resulted in clear findings. And it says an estimated 3 million Britons, of which I am one, around 5% of us are now vegetarian and never eat meat or fish. I don't buy fish. I have to say, I have on occasions, you know, gone to a restaurant and had fish and chips because there's nothing else there. You think, well, what can I have? You know, you can't go in there and order a bowl of chips. But it's getting better. Most places now do have some sort of vegetarian option. When I go to the carvery, if I take someone to the carvery, like my aunt or me and Ron go to the carvery or something like that, then there's always a vegetarian option there. I have this butternut squash tart thing, which is quite nice. And this spicy bean something or other. And they do a vegetarian lasagna as well. So there are quite a few places with vegetarian. I hope I can find things to eat in New York, all right, dear. I mean, if I can't find anything, you'd always go in McDonald's and get a veggie burger, can't you? Eh? I was very naughty last night at work. On Thursday night at work, I was very naughty and I popped next door to McDonald's and I had a strawberry milkshake. Very, very naughty indeed. And then I came back into the pub and then I had 2 packets of Smarties. Very naughty. I thought, well, let's start my holiday early. And I walked in there with this McDonald's shake, and someone said to me, "Oh my God, you're not drinking one of those, are you?" I said, "Why not?" He said, "That's full of rubbish. There's chicken livers, bits of chicken." And I put it down. I said, "You're joking." He said, "No." And anyway, I went straight on the internet and looked it up. There's nothing of the sort in there. You look it up. McDonald's shakes. There are people who go around saying there's no bits of chicken livers and things. There's no animals in there at all. Suitable for vegetarians. Are you blind? Have a look at that. And that's it, really. So there you go. Going vegetarian can save your life. Lower levels of harmful cholesterol in the blood and reduced systolic or maximum blood pressure. I don't know what that all means. In addition, they tend to be slimmer. Well, that hasn't... that really hasn't worked on me. I'm not slimmer. Lower body mass and less likely to be affected by diabetes. So there we are. Red meat, especially processed meat, contains ingredients that have been linked to increased risks of chronic diseases such as cardiovascular disease and cancer. See, more good news for trying to become vegetarian. I'm always impressed by people who at least try. Nice to see the new series of Dallas back on the telly, which I nearly forgot. I was just searching around on the TV guide and I saw Dallas mentioned, and I thought to myself, oh, it must be the first series repeat, because we only had the first series of Dallas back in September on Channel 5. And I thought, so the next series will be next September, but it wasn't. It started last week. I think we must be a little bit behind you in the States. I'm not sure, but certainly it started last week. And I was in the car on my way to work. And I rang up my aunt. I generally ring my Aunt Brenda every night. And she said, oh, Dallas starts again. So I said, oh, it's the old series repeated. She says, I don't think it is. I said, it must be. She said, no, it isn't. Look, hang on, I'll get the paper. And she read out. Oh, this is... And it said the last few programmes when JR is going to be. And I said, oh, it must be then. So I quickly rang up Ron and I said, can you record that on your... He's got Sky, hasn't he? Oh, yes, yeah. He doesn't mind paying £500 or £600 a year for subscription telly. I don't have any of that, dear. I'm not paying for television. Freeview. Wonderful, dear. There's hundreds of... well, not hundreds, but there's quite enough channels there. There must be 25 or 30 watchable channels on Freeview. Don't need to pay for subscription telly. I will not have Sky. No, not paying for it, thank you. So, very pleased to say I watched the first episode of Dallas, and it is as good as it has always been. The funniest part... It's always has comedy in it, Dallas. That's why it's so good. And there was a bit where JR comes up to his old office, and then Bobby walks in, and Bobby says to him, "What are you doing up here?" And JR didn't know what to say. He says, "Oh, I've just bought some flowers up for that cute receptionist." And then this young camp lad walks past, and he hands him the flowers. I love it. That's the first gay joke I've ever seen on Dallas. You see, it moves with the times. So nice to see Dallas on at the moment. I also watched a TV series called Africa. It's one of those wildlife programmes with the excellent Mr. Attenborough. Very, very good. And this week it was about the Sahara Desert and how nothing can survive, and the things that live, nothing can survive for a long time in the sun. And it gets the sand, okay, the sand gets to 70 degrees centigrade, dear. You couldn't walk on that, could you? 70 degrees centigrade, although I have to say the swimming pool I go to is never near that, unfortunately. Although it's a lot better than it was. And they had these little silver ants that were running around, and they're the ones that can spend the longest in the sun. They can manage 10 minutes because their bodies are all silver and it reflects the sun back out. But still, they can only spend 10 minutes and then they climb back in their little holes again. What it's like to live underneath the sand like that. So, you know, I know they dig tunnels and that, but I'd always be worried that the sand's going to drop in. What was that film, right, where they had the pharaohs? Do you remember the Egyptian pharaohs? And one of them, it might have been called Pharaoh, and one of them died, and he had built this big pyramid, or got slaves to build the pyramid, and then when he went in, they cut these things, and all the stones came down and sealed the pyramid. Oh, imagine being stuck in that, dear. Mind you, I mean, you could always make sure you're taking a few of my shows, couldn't you? You could sit there and watch those for a while. That's guaranteed to send you mad, isn't it? So that's Africa. What else have I been watching? a food inspection program. Oh, they're scary, they are. This is when members of various authorities go into restaurants and homes unannounced and check that the food is properly stored and all that. Have you ever seen that? Oh, it's frightening. And they find like dead mice and cockroaches and things like that. And fridges that aren't turned down so they're not cold enough. And they make them chuck away all this food and some of the restaurants get closed down. Oh, it's awful, dear. I'm so glad my kitchen isn't that bad. I mean, it's not exactly spotless, but it's good. We've had a result on the water meter. Now, do you remember... Back in September, I had a water meter installed. Probably if you're not in the UK, you've already got a water meter. But here in the UK, it's a relatively new thing. It's only came in within the last 10 years or so. Most people here in the UK, they pay a water rate. So someone looks at your house, right? They say, "Oh, right, you've got a 3-bedroom house, therefore we will charge you £200 every 6 months." Right? That's how it works. My water rates were about £400 for the year, just a little bit underneath that, okay? So I've now gone on to a water meter, and we've had a result. The water bills for this come out every 4 months, so you get 3 a year, and I've just got my first one, 25th of September to the 23rd of January, and it's for £56.92, okay? So working that out over the year, probably use a bit more in the summer. So I reckon my water bill has come down from £400 a year to about 160, 170. Results! Thank you very much. Always be looking at ways to cut back that money, my dear. Ronnie goes mad. Because you know, I told you before, I've got water butts outside and I filled my buckets of water and I flush the toilet with them. Well, then I don't have to pay for the water, do I? I've collected it all myself from the roof, thank you very much. Why pay when you don't have to? He don't get it. He says it's like living in the Stone Ages again. How would he know? I did ask him to come up and show him the fillers that he's had on his face. He's had a bit of cosmetic surgery. Because he's 39, you know. And there goes the alarm. That's the reminder alarm. But don't worry, I've already taken my pills before I came on the air today. Thank you. Good news about Evie the baby. She is out of hospital and much better. She had to have some antibiotics. She was badly dehydrated and she had a water infection. Poor little thing she is, bless her. Poor Evie the baby. But she's better. And George has recovered from his cold. It's only me with the cold now. Sniffing away. I know it's awful, that noise, isn't it? Oh, no, nothing I can do about it, I'm afraid. I'm ill. You don't care, do you? Okay. One of my friends, Scott, his name is, he was on the X Factor. And at the moment, he sings for his career. He's got nodules on his throat. How do you get those? Is that just because you sing too much, or what causes nodules on the throat? Anyway, he's got them at the moment, so he can't. At the moment, he can't work, and he's a bit short. You know, he's got to pay his bills and things like that, so he's a little bit worried at the moment. Lovely chap he is, Scott. So I hope he gets better soon. Right, email time, boys and girls. I'm all over the place with these papers today, aren't I? Email time. There it is. Hello to Jennifer. Hello, Jennifer. And Jennifer wants to know, she says, "Hi, Chris, my daughter Dallas would like to know what your favourite colours are." Well, my favourite colours are green and blue. There we are, green and blue. Green was also my mother's favourite colour. I think I kind of adopted it when Mum died. I think one of my favourite colours has always been blue, but green as well. So green first and then blue. So I sent that to her, and she said, "That's so funny, because her daughter, Dallas, little Dallas, asked me to send you a message about asking what colours you like, because she wanted to make you something for your birthday. And you hadn't replied yet, and she asked me, how about green and blue? Isn't that so she knew already, little Dallas? And she's going to send it in. How lovely. Oh, you're very kind. Very kind. What a lovely, thoughtful little girl. You're going to get loads of presents, Jennifer, when you're an older mummy. I bet you get loads of presents. Yes. Thank you, Dallas and Jennifer. That's very kind of you. And hello to James, who says, I'm sending you a picture of my cat. And it's a picture of like a black and white cat. It's all black, except for its chin. I think underneath its chin and its little paws are white as well. And James says, I hope the photo of my cat is okay. Her name is Sherry. Sherry the cat. Very nice. So thank you for your picture of the cat. On the subject of John Lewis, he says, there's a John Lewis near me at Blue Water Shopping Centre in Kent. Oh, do you go there? I've dropped my pen. Where's that gone? Pen. Oh, God. Oh, not very good today, are we? Is there another pen? Yes, there's another pen over here. Blue Water Shopping Centre in Kent. That is a very posh shopping centre with all the big labelled name shops in there. I think your friend Ron would like it there. I think you're probably right. I would hate it. I don't like shopping centres. I really don't. I think they're clinical and just all enclosed, and it's not for me at all, shopping centres. I mean, we have one here, and I kind of wander around it. I don't actually like. I'd rather be out in the high street, walking up and down, or ordering something on Amazon. I don't know what I did the other night. I thought that I had ordered something on Amazon, and then I waited a few days and nothing came. And eventually I checked, and I haven't ordered anything. I wonder if I had a dream about ordering something off Amazon, and then thought I'd actually ordered. Isn't that strange? As for getting to computers, I meant to say I think PC World would be in trouble if other high streets are like where I am there. Some up-and-coming independent computer stores here. The one I go to gives excellent service. The bloke who runs the shop does repairs, new and used items. If there is a problem, just return the product and he will sort it. When I went to PC World many years ago, I was just greeted with rudeness and unhelpfulness when I complained about the computer they sold me that never worked from day one. Oh, really? Oh, that's a shame, isn't it? You know, I have bought a couple of things from PC World, but in all honesty, I'm not impressed with the service in these places either. And I think you're better off to buy this sort of thing online now. Computers, you'll get it cheaper. And then if it goes wrong, find a little independent shop like where you go, James. He says, I'm starting to notice there are other online retailers selling computers too, as well as buying from the manufacturer direct. I'm not being funny, but there's more choice in computers and getting them sorted. I'm waiting... Yeah, I agree. And he says, I'm waiting for Ross to complete his first sentence. Ross sent in an email the other day, which was 2 words long, wasn't it? I heard him doing a show the other day, Ross, and I joined in with someone, which was quite nice. One more email today from Marge. And it says, hiya, Chrissy Poo. Chrissy Poo, I like that. Had too much chocolate and a bit of a buzz, so I may be a bit silly. Oh, I've been silly for years, Marge. I've made a career of being silly. It's wonderful, isn't it, eh? I live in southwest Oklahoma, about an hour from Lawton. But you do know where I live, Chris, if you looked at the return address on the Christmas gift I sent to you. I don't go round looking at labels, dear. I'm not looking at all the labels on your lovely gifts that you send in. By the way, I've had the Kit Kat. It's gone now. Thank you very much for that. I'll tell you what, I cure many fungal things, such as your athlete's foot, and that's oil of oregano. You can read it, and she sends a website link. I'm always into natural remedies, and oil of oregano is one major cure I have. It's actually almost cured a wart that was giving me problems as well. Peppermint oil is the next best. Headaches, for example. Many people make a face when you talk about herbs or vitamins, but I know the creator that gave us everything we need in nature for us. We just know how to find it or use it. Yeah, I agree. I think there's many natural remedies. I don't go along with I call them chemical vitamins, you know, when you buy vitamin pills, and they're all made out of chemicals, aren't they? I believe you need to get your vitamins and all that from fresh fruit and vegetables, that sort of thing. She said, had some good news. The local shelter got a grant, not sure how, but now people can spray and neuter their pets for $10. Oh, that's good. Splay, rather. I love that because we have a bad pet overpopulation as it is. All mine are already fixed, so don't need it, but I'm spreading the news. Yes, that's a good thing, isn't it? We do like charities who look after animals. Marge says that where she lives it was 70 Fahrenheit yesterday. Oh, you lucky thing. So what's that about? That's about 22 centigrade. And almost that today, except it rained finally. We had such a bad 2 years with drought and the ice storm in 2011, but this is a new year and it's much better. May take years of rain to fill up the large lakes though. I love the hooded sweater. Oh, I haven't got that on today. I've got my blue one on today. It was only 20 quid, like I say, and I don't think you're too old for it. I never talk old age stuff. People go on about it. It's all on the mind and not on the calendar. I'm 53, but I decided to be the age I want to be. I may just do things slower. Well, I hope you're a safe trip to see Barry Manilow. I don't know which famous person I would go gaga over, but it would probably be Leonard Nimoy. Oh yes, Star Trek. Live long and prosper. I know he's up in years now, but I fell in love with him at 8 years old. 8 years old, dear me. Not just as Spock, but in all his roles. His voice makes me melt. Female actress would be Lucy Lawless. Who's she? Oh, I would love to be Xena, Warrior Princess. Is that who she is? I've never watched that. I wish you could post random pictures on Twitter since I quit Facebook. Just the best pitch you can. I only use Twitter because you're there. I got the hashtag, you're a good teacher. I didn't realise you would read out my Twitters. I didn't know the Twitters were private, Marge. Alright, if you ever want to send anything in and it's private, please put at the top, private email or something like, you know, please do not read this out on air or something like that, and that'd be great, alright? Thank you. Oh, the phone's ringing, just a moment. Hello? Oh, good morning. It's my best friend Ron. He's on the phone now. How do you know I'm doing my show? What do you mean hobby? It's not a hobby. This is a very How does it cost me money? What do you mean? 4 people? 4 people? It's not a hobby, this is a TV show I'm recording. A radio presentation. My voice is nearly gone, can you hear it? God, what? Okay, how wonderful. Bye-bye. It's coming over. After Waitrose. Hang on a minute, I haven't been swimming yet. I should be going swimming, really? Oh, well, shall I just leave it now? I should go swimming, especially I had those 2 bags of, two lots of Smarties last night, and the strawberry McDonald's shake, which doesn't contain chicken livers or eyeballs or anything like that. Eh? Another little story from the Mail Online. How many of you do gym and all that? Eh? Well, in the Mail Online it says, forget the gym and try the stairs. Short bursts of regular exercise are just as beneficial as a regular workout. Climbing the stairs or raking leaves can be as good as going to the gym. Researchers found 43% of people who did everyday chores met the government target of 30 minutes of exercise a day. And people say it's a more natural way of exercising. Look at this. The research has found 43% of those who did light exercise, including everyday chores, met government activity, compared with less than 10% of those who worked out. So what they're saying here is that it's better, I suppose, to run up and down the stairs a couple of times an hour than it is to go into the gym and do a 1 hour workout. That's how I'm reading this. This professor says, people get it in their minds that if they don't get the 30 minutes, they might as well not exercise at all. You will always be presented with things that entice you to sit or be less active, such as using a leaf blower instead of a rake. Have you seen those things? Leaf blowers. They just seem a complete waste of time to me. You know, they blow, especially if it's windy, they blow them and then it just blows back again. What a complete and utter waste of time. You're better off with a rake. It says, making physical activity a way of life is more cost effective than an expensive gym membership. You'll be healthier, more mobile, and just feel better all round. I feel better already. In fact, now that I've finished my little show, I'm going to run up and down the stairs 3 times. I've only got 1 flight of stairs. 3 times I'm going to run up and down. Right, that's it from the show today. As always, boys and girls, thank you very much for watching and listening to the show today. Off to New York now. I will try and do a show or 2 while I'm there, but I can't promise anything, okay? I don't think it will be uploaded till I come back, but it might be. It just depends on Wi-Fi in the hotel. Some hotels charge an absolute fortune for Wi-Fi. So what I might just do is take my mobile phone and go and sit in Starbucks and use their free Wi-Fi. But certainly last time I was in Las Vegas, and I think that was me and my friend Ron. That was over a year and a half ago now, and I think we ended up spending like $100 for a week just on the internet, which is just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. So unless they've got sort of a reasonable rate, I might wait until I get home to upload the shows, if I do some. I'm certainly hoping to do a show with my good friend Suko, who I haven't seen for a while now, who lives in New York, and her lovely family as well. We've got the 2 lovely girls and what have you. Anyway, boys and girls, wish me a safe trip. Wonderful to speak to you. Send in your emails. I shall be able to pick those up where I'm away. Chris@UnitedKingdomTalk.co.uk, Chris@UnitedKingdomTalk.co.uk, and of course we've got Twitter. The Twitter username is Chris Reardon UK, and Facebook as well, facebook.com/Chris Reardon UK. See you on the next show. Bye bye.